The final weeks before this fight have turned both teams into tense pressure zones. Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez are training in very different ways, but they are both pushing hard for the same goal.
I'm fighting a road runner. I'm the Coyote. You chose me. I ain't choose you. You chose me. So I'm gonna tell you straight the F up. You can go back to 135. We'll send you back to lightweight. You still got your WBC belt. You're gonna be fine. Shakur will fall.
Again. One more. Under.
Teofimo Lopez starts his days early and with a clear goal, but not with the harsh pressure people often expect from top fighters. He believes that when boxing stops being fun, it begins to take more than it gives. In the morning he focuses on strength training, especially his chest and triceps, to help him punch harder later. After lifting weights, he does shadow boxing with light weights to keep his arms relaxed, protect his joints and build arm stamina. He does not try to push his body to the limit every time. Instead, he believes in being consistent, showing up every day and building strength step by step.
Your dreams into reality, it's a real thing. You don't see no progression, you don't see no progress, so to speak, in the beginning. Out of nowhere, it's 1 year that just boom and back to back that hits everything, and you're like, so all that was to leave for this moment. Shakur got it coming, man. That guy got it coming. I'm telling you. You know, I joke around with the public, that's one thing, but man, he'll find out when we're in that ring. January 31st, you'll find out.
That mindset stays with him throughout his training. Lopez works hard but also makes time for recovery, knowing that staying healthy and fresh is just as important as long workouts. Recovery is planned, not something he does later, because he wants to enter the fight sharp, not tired. He cares more about being at his best on fight night than showing off in the gym. His attitude shows this balance too. There is laughter, music, and clear enjoyment in the process. He believes lasting in such a tough sport means not treating every day like a battle.
Today, we're gonna fuel ourselves up with a couple different things. Got my black coffee where it says New York, because that's where we're headed. Like Frank Sinatra says, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. And now what's left is the main dish. There's a lot right here, but usually it's not bad after a workout too. You know, you fuel up the body. I think a lot of people want success. But what is success? There's so many ways to look at it. What is success? What is the true meaning behind success?
Away from the gym, Lopez pays close attention to what he eats and how he thinks. He does not rush his meals and uses that time to reset his mind and think about what success truly means to him. He looks up to great athletes who are remembered not just for winning, but for inspiring others. To him, true greatness means leaving records and achievements that last for many years. This belief keeps him motivated. He sees his career as a long journey, not a short race, and wants his story to be remembered long after he is gone.
You know, when you do that, you did that. I want to hang up my gloves one day where no one could reach the accomplishments for years. I'm talking about like half a century. It's going to take somebody 50 years from now to accomplish what I'm going to be doing. That's my mindset, you know? As long as something much higher than all of us respects me and loves what I'm doing, then that's all I need. That's all I need.
At the center of Lopez's journey is his strong bond with his father. Their relationship is more than just a fighter and trainer working together. It is built on trust, shared dreams, and the belief that they can prove themselves to the world. His father gives him support and stability, understanding him fully and sharing the same goal of being the best. This connection keeps Lopez grounded during training, especially when pressure starts to rise.
Well, every day is a learning experience, so when he's in there, he's just focused, you know? And when I see him focused, every time I know that he has somebody, I always tell him, you already figured him out. You know, that's like letting him know, have fun. From now on, just have fun.
Back out. Double jab.
Taking care of his body is a key part of Lopez's routine. He often visits a specialist in Miami Lakes who works on spinal alignment and decompression. Years of boxing have put a lot of strain on his body, especially his spine from constant hits and repeated movements. These sessions help fix that damage so his body can move freely and perform better. He sees this care as necessary, not optional, believing that a healthy, aligned body leads to stronger performance in the ring.
When it comes to it, like boxing is pretty much all mentality. It's all mental. Are you mentally prepared with the audience? Are you mentally going to be prepared with the certain punch selection. There's things that I also got to train as well. There's things that I have to maintain as well. Those are things that I have to work on within myself. It's a muscle. And it's a muscle memory that you have to create now. If you don't create now, it can harm you the day of.
As he prepares to face Shakur Stevenson, Lopez puts more focus on his mindset and choosing his punches wisely. He knows the challenge ahead and believes he has noticed weaknesses in Stevenson's defense that others missed. He thinks the idea that Stevenson is untouchable is overstated. His plan is careful, knowing the early rounds may be slow and tense. Lopez expects time to adjust, but once he finds his rhythm, he believes he can take control and finish strong.
No matter how much I said I achieved that, he's always gotta
beat whoever's running.
I beat Shakur, they'll say he went up weight class, he wasn't in his weight class. When I flatline him and they say, oh, he had the best defense, that's just how it's gonna be. You gotta be okay with it. I ended up being okay with it. I'm gonna show everyone that his defense is not as immaculable like they say it is. That's my job. That's my job. My job is to show the true flaws that they can't see, that the world cannot see. My job is to show the world that can't nobody beat me. And I make it look pretty. You can do all this, all this, all this. Bro, you try to step this way, go night-night. You going night-night. What's gonna happen then when I beat Shakur? What you all gonna say then? You know what I mean? I believe in me. I believe in me before anybody else believed in me.
On the other side, Shakur Stevenson's camp has a very different feel. The energy is competitive from start to finish, especially as he nears the final weeks of training. There are moments of jokes, trash talk, and even playing games with his team, but they are short breaks. Once training begins, everyone gets serious. The workouts are tough and the expectations are high.
I was looking at
It's looking bad today. That's how it's looking. Cole gonna break some and if he don't break some gonna beat the out of him. Oh, oh, nice. Oh, good in reverse.
We don't care who it is. We have no friend. Shakur, if his cousin get in the ring, he gonna get this smoke. If his brother get in the ring, he gonna get this smoke. We have no friend.
Stevenson's training focuses a lot on fitness. His days are full of explosive drills, heavy bag work, and movement exercises to improve his timing and power. There is no room for doing things halfway. Every drill and round is important. His sparring partners aren't just practice. They are challenges to figure out, just like he will in the fight. His trainers push him hard, especially in conditioning. Core exercises and resistance training help build strength and endurance for long fights. Even when he gets tired, especially in late-up workouts, he must keep perfect form and do extra sets. The rule is clear. No excuses in this camp.
Get frustrated and you can figure it out. Hey, we got anybody for the other Cuban kids? Sure, you kicked up.
Speed and mental sharpness are the focus of Stevenson's training. He wants to be faster than he has ever been. His camp shows this. Breaks are short and the schedule is strict. Coaches keep up the pressure so he can reach his best. Stevenson excels in this intense environment, which makes him believe even more that he is the best in his division.
He got a lot of weaknesses though. He's a very good fighter, but I do see a lot of weaknesses. He's not gonna correct them overnight. It's gonna be the same Teo that we done seen 1,000 times before. He's gonna come out there trying to perform highly and I'm gonna take advantage of it. But as far as the weaknesses, I'm gonna keep them to myself.
Outside voices have added more excitement to the build-up. Oscar de la Hoya, who knows both top-level fighting and promoting, sees Stevenson as a very tricky fighter. Stevenson's control of distance and skill with his lead hand has frustrated all his opponents. His defense and movement make him very hard to hit. Still, de la Hoya thinks this fight is interesting. He believes Lopez might have the right skills to challenge Stevenson's style.
That's going to be a great, you know what, Teo's a hell of a fighter. I love Teo, but I love Shakur. His style is almost impossible to break, but if there's a fighter who can break it, it's Teo. But it's going to be a hell of a fight because I love Shakur because he doesn't run. He's right there in front of you. So it's up to Teo to do something, but I think it's going to be a great fight. Great fight for boxing.
Sean Porter, known for his tough style and smart analysis, sees the fight as a real toss-up. On paper, he calls it a 50-50 matchup. He focuses on Lopez's consistency, or sometimes the lack of it. When Lopez is at his best, he looks unstoppable. But in some fights, he struggles to adjust or seems off mentally, leading to weaker performances. Those ups and downs make the outcome hard to predict.
Rumor has it, it's coming. But we got Shakur versus Teo.
Okay.
I gotta get your opinion on that one.
It's just it's so hard, man. On Teo's best day, he's kind of unstoppable. I don't know if it's that he gets in his own way. I don't know if it's that he doesn't adjust well. I'm really not sure what it is, but we've seen flaws in his game. We haven't seen any flaws in Shakur's game. Everyone would say his offense is his flaw because he's not offensive enough and stuff like that. Just get out of here. The kid's beautiful. When he gets in the ring, beautiful. When he gets out of the ring, that smile don't change at all, you know? And, so that being said, man, I think with Shakur, you got to be able to rough him up. You got to be able to get out of the way of what's coming after you rough him up. And one thing that I really like about Teo is his explosiveness. He has the ability to just be on top of you and be unpredictable. If he's using that, it's gonna be a great fight. But at the moment, I would say 60-40 for Shakur.
Okay.
Oshaki Foster gives a more technical view. Having sparred with Stevenson a lot, he knows how he fights. Foster says Stevenson is at his best when he is clearly faster and more agile than his opponent. Then his skills look almost perfect. But when Stevenson faces someone who can match his speed and strength, small weaknesses show up. That makes this fight especially interesting.
You said, my opinion on him and Teo?
Yeah, do you think he beats him? Because essentially, if he beats him, I assume he would probably stay at 140 then.
Nah, styles make fights. I don't know. I don't really see. I think that's a bad style matchup for Shakur.
Really? You're like the 10th person that's told me this. I kid you not. Like, it's just because I know the obvious people will be like, Shakur's undefeated. He's a defensive fighter. Teo's kind of struggled with the boxer, but I've just talked to someone again today. Like, everyone favors kind of like Teo for some reason, just from what I've talked to. So why is that? Because you sparred Shakur, and I guess you would know better. So I mean,
Shakur, he likes to be the most athletic guy in the ring. When he's not, he has problems. Shakur he's a right-hander fighting out of southpaw stance. So when you meeting guys like that's athleticism that fight with their strong hand in the back, you're gonna have to rely on more than just your jab and the rangefinder. You know what I mean? Like, you tell me, do he got a solid left hand?
I mean, I haven't been punched.
You seen him throw it. You seen him throw it, but you've never seen him hurt or knock nobody out with it. So I just think when you meet certain guys, that's why I say the style. You meet certain guys, you're gonna have to rely on both of them things, both of them hands. You know what I mean? And I just think it's a bad style matchup for him. I see Teofimo beating him.
Trainer Abel Sanchez sees the fight in terms of responsibility and excitement. Some fans worry the styles could cancel each other out, making a slow, boring fight. Sanchez thinks the pressure is on Lopez. He believes that if the fight is going to be exciting, Lopez must push forward and make things happen. Lopez isn't the type to stay back for 12 rounds. His pride and ambition should make him take smart risks. If he attacks well, it will force Stevenson to respond and create the big exchanges fans want to see.
Shakur's a great talent, and Teofimo looked great in his last fight. Of course, he didn't have Shakur in front of him, but I think that for Shakur, he has to keep the fight at his distance. If he does that, I think it's a win for him. Teofimo, he's more, he wants to draw you in, he wants to counterpunch. He's gonna have to be a different guy this time. He's gonna have to attack. He's gonna have to be leading the fight, or else it's gonna be a boring fight. I don't think it'll be a boring fight, but if he sits back and waits for Shakur's gonna wait for him, then it's not gonna be exciting. But I think Teofimo will attack. I think Teofimo has to attack. I think Teofimo has to do what Zepeda did, except for Teofimo's a lot more talented than Zepeda was. So I think that, I honestly, I see a draw. I don't know why I see a draw, but I just see them both having great rounds and giving us the kind of fight that I think the public is looking for.
Amir Khan adds his own excitement from personal experience. He has worked pads with Lopez and was impressed by his power and skill. Khan thinks many people miss how precise Lopez's boxing really is, paying more attention to his personality or knockouts. From what Khan has seen, Lopez is much more skilled than most give him credit for.
The fight between Stevenson and Lopez, what a fight. Who wins that? Lopez. You think Stevenson? Lopez is a very good fighter, bro. I've trained with him, I've heard him on the pod, he bangs hard. He's a good all-round boxer, slick. A lot of people don't give him the credit for how good of a boxer he is. Look, he's the type of guy I know about Lopez is that when he has to turn it up, he turns it up. And I think with someone like Shakur, he will have to turn it up big time. And obviously Shakur, we've not really seen him in the deep end. Look at Lopez, he's fought the likes of Lomachenko. He's beaten some great names on the way, man.
Mikey Garcia focuses on what he thinks is the biggest question: which Lopez will show up. He points out the big difference between the Lopez who beat stars like Lomachenko and Taylor and the one who struggled on off nights. That unpredictability makes the fight hard to predict. Garcia also notes that Lopez has a size advantage from growing in the super lightweight division. If he uses that inside the fight, it could make a big difference over all the rounds.
Great matchup, tough fight. I want to see what Teofimo shows up, because sometimes it's Teofimo, sometimes it's Teofimo, the great fighter who beat Lomachenko, who beat Taylor. That's a tough Teofimo. But then we've also seen him, in off nights.
Right.
And so that's kind of the only doubt, the only question that I have. Which Teofimo's going to show up.
What do you think he has to do to kind of deal with a guy like Shakur Stevenson? How would you approach a fighter like Shakur Stevenson if you were Teofimo Lopez with the attributes that he has?
I would think Teofimo, being that technically he's a bigger fighter, bigger size, he's been at the weight class a little more, and then just maybe build into it more. I would think he would have to use that, size as an advantage. But it's hard to say, because Shakur Stevenson fucking good at what he does.
Richardson Hitchens makes the boldest prediction. The IBF super lightweight champion thinks Stevenson will perform so well that there's no doubt he's the better fighter. He says Stevenson's defense is something Lopez hasn't faced at this weight. Hitchens admits Lopez is talented but believes the fight will show a clear pecking order. He also warns of a risk. Focusing too much on defense could help counter punchers, so Stevenson must balance staying safe with being active enough to win rounds.
Shakur being the favorite, if Teo was to win, what does he got to do? He has the championship belt. Shakur has to take that from him, right?
Right.
So if Teo was to win, what would he have to do to get that? What are some of the keys to victory to beat a fighter like Shakur, not just Shakur?
I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it.
All right. Fair enough.
Teo's been doing his whole life, so
yeah.
I think he's training with Mike Tyson, old trainer. I heard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So. I forgot the guy's name. I know his name, but it's
Ronnie Shields?
Not Ronnie Shields.
Okay.
But Stacey McKinley, I think.
Stacey McKinley. Okay.
Is that the guy?
I think sure.
But they said they have a game plan. They said they know how they're gonna beat Shakur. We'll see, man. Teofimo's a tremendous fighter at the end of the day. I gotta give ultimate respect to him, because he is one of the most decorated young fighters in the sport today. And it's not gonna be an easy task for Shakur, but I just feel like Shakur, when it comes to boxing, Teofimo's not better than him, so it is what it is.
All these opinions mix as both fighters keep training. One camp focuses on fun, balance, and long-term goals. The other focuses on pressure, discipline, and a non-stop pace. When the bell rings, all the plans and predictions will meet reality. Until then, Stevenson and Lopez stay in their own worlds, believing the work they're doing now will make all the difference.